Alright, part two. We are doing a little bit of electrical work today. Getting wired up. The goal is to get a, I want to use these rechargeable batteries, maybe use a DeWalt battery setup, but since I'm not using some sort of alternator on this motor, I've got to think of some sort of battery option for lighting. So my goal is to use maybe 2 or 3 of these things in line and somehow use that for my lighting and brake lights, maybe some turn signals down the road. We'll see. But this is where we're at right now. Kind of doing a little bit of wire mock-up right now. Now that we got this case off, one of the big points that you want to do is your governor arm, I believe this is what they called, it kind of sticks up, kind of poked it down there, but it sticks up to an arm right here. I want to get rid of that first and foremost. I've been trying to get this, I believe this is the speed sensor or something. Honestly, I think that's what the governor is, but it's a little plastic piece and we need to get that out of there. So that's the goal. At this point, we are doing our inaugural ride, and since then we've installed the CVT clutch back on and installed a brand new carburetor. The old one was not something that we would be able to use for good throttle response. I really couldn't find a way to get a throttle set up on that carburetor anyway, so we changed the carburetor out and now we're using a different one. Right off the bat, I did notice the lack of power coming from the bike, and not only just due to the incline of my driveway, but I believe it's due to the stock sprocket that was on the back of this bike.
How to get it back. Yeah.
Once we started getting this thing up to speed, it started getting pretty quick. One issue I did have, as you can see, is I have pink insulation right there. That's really just to cover my fuel line. Big issue I was having is the muffler exhaust manifold is so very close to my gas tank fuel line, so it started melting it. So this is a temporary solution.
We're doing good so far. All right. Just trying to make sure that you're good. They can go around. I'm not worried about it. So we're smoking a little bit. That's just because of that little bit of fuel. All right, inaugural ride. Here we go. Still got pipes and stuff to mess with. Yeah, this looks sketchy, but it's working. All right, go ahead, bud. I'll catch up. Woo, that pipe's hot. Okay, here we go.
As you can hear, the carburetors aren't completely in tune just yet. I'll have to fix that a little bit later. Still have a lot of little things here and there to make this thing in tip-top shape and roadworthy. And that might just come along in another video down the road. Main goal of this build was to show my son that you can actually do something with almost nothing, and you don't need $10,000 to buy a bike when you can spend a couple $100 here and a couple $100 there and build one on your own and have some good memories with it.
Woo, that's hot. That seat, I'm burning it. Yep. Oh man, burnt my seat.
Phase 3 of this build, I'm going to go ahead and take care of the exhaust issue with the so we don't burn up my fuel lines, redirect that somewhere else, and tackle the rest of the electrical. Appreciate you guys tuning back in on the phase 2 of this build. See you guys next time.